Good morning. Oh my gosh. It is 34 degrees this morning. I knew it was going to be getting chilly, but I didn't plan on 34 this morning, so we'll see if the garden plants lived or not. But first we gotta go. I guess it's a good job I locked up the greenhouse last night and shut the doors, but we gotta go feed the goats. The kids take care of all the rest of the chores. We divide and conquer. So Eli does the chickens and the watering. Ben does the geese and the ducks, as well as the new baby ducks, which I haven't even showed you yet. I'll have to show you those. Maybe I'll get a quick clip of them for you. And then Maggie does the inside, dog, cats, guinea pig, and I do the goats. Look at those little cuties. Okay, there you go. So right now, we're just working on building health. I've been doing more research on what I actually want to feed my goats on a more consistent basis. Back in the spring, we had lost a mama goat, which was pretty brutal, and her two babies due to some sort of nutrition deficiency. So we didn't have good hay that year, and then the next year, the same thing, was not awesome hay. So 2 years in a row ends up happening is the goat's health kind of declined a little bit, and not that they look bad, like they didn't really give any indications whatsoever that something was wrong until we lost that mama and her babies were born. So fortunately, everybody seems healthy right now, but we're not milking this year, taking a year off, probably, well, and we're not gonna breed this fall. Happy little goats. You're all fed, ready for the day. Hey, let's walk over here. I'll show you these little duckies real quick, and then I'm gonna give you a progress report on this fence. It is going in so fast, I can't even believe it. I'm so excited about that. We moved the little ducks out here. I didn't think it was gonna get, I don't know why. I didn't realize it's already the end of August. Like the last week of August is next week. I can't believe it. So there's our 3 little duckies. We've lost 2, unfortunately, but, and Ben hasn't been out yet. His job is to take care of these guys. So he'll come out and fill up that with food and this with water, and they should be just fine. So temperatures are, excuse the rooster. Since the temperatures are dropping, again, it's 35 degrees, 34 degrees. It's pretty chilly. 2 degrees away from freezing. We may end up putting a light out there for those little ones because they only hatched like a week ago. So maybe not even a whole week ago. Yeah. But let me flip a camera, show you what we've got going on. I think they're going to try to finish this thing today, which I think they only started last week. Pretty amazing. So they've got T-posts on this side and this side, and then they're partway done with that line there. You can walk along. Now we've had to skirt around some trees here, which is all right. And yeah, let's go on this side here. So I think they still have a little bit to go, and then of course the wire has to be strung. But fortunately, so pretty much one guy's been working on this, and then he's got a friend coming today, and they're gonna do a few house projects for me. Yeah, so then they just have that side and then the back end, and then they're gonna put the gates in. And I'm pretty excited to show you guys moving the goats into here because they're gonna be very excited, especially those mamas that have been locked in there. I really don't like keeping goats on ground like they're on, especially not for an extended period of time. Goats and sheep tend to be prone to parasites, and we don't want that. We really don't want that. So this will be really good for them. Pine and fir is a great natural anti-parasitic. What's awesome about it though is in goats it doesn't seem to cause abortion, so that's really awesome. can use that. And normally anti-parasitic herbs, they cause abortion, so you don't want that. All right, I'm gonna walk you guys around. Holy smokes, my hands are cold. I want to show you what I did in the garden yesterday morning. I am still trying to stick to a fairly strict schedule. Actually, it's gonna be like that for a while. I want to show you what I did in the garden real quick, and then we're gonna get going. All right, here we are. So you guys saw me do that. We got this done and this entire bed here. So this is actually a double bed. That way we can come in on this path and weed and that path and weed. And what that did was eliminate the need for another whole path and added growing space. So we've got that done. This morning, my plan is to tackle this as well as this row here. And if I have time, because I only have about an hour, I will also do those raspberries, but we'll see how far we get. I don't want to push it too far. Now I realized after I was done editing the video yesterday, or the last video where we did this bed back here behind me, that I didn't tell you the benefits of no-dig gardening, which is silly because the whole point of the video was the benefits of no-dig gardening. All right, here's the benefit. This and this I was able to do really quickly, and the reason is that the soil is extremely soft. Soft because number one, we don't till it. Number two, no one walks on it. And number three, we only add material to it. We try really hard not to take out of it more than we're putting into it. So those are some of my favorite reasons to use no-dig gardening. Now this is different than the Back to Eden garden because you don't put any wood chips on the beds. We use all kinds of different gardening tactics and methods in this garden, in the entire garden. And the reason we do that is because number one, we can't get a hold of enough wood chips to maintain this size of a garden consistently with wood chips. So I found over the years it's better to limit where you're keeping the wood chips in order to keep it up rather than stretching them too thin. That's where you end up with issues. And I learned that lesson the hard way. So now with the no-dig gardening, if you let the weeds go to seed, that's where you end up with trouble. And I did that, it happened, it was slightly out of my control, and that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clear this out. I am going to lay down black tarp. Well, it's not really tarp, it's weed fabric, just like that. The agricultural woven fabric. Now we don't leave it on all winter, so we're gonna put it down now and keep it on for a couple months, and hopefully what's going to end up happening is that these weeds are going to start trying to grow, and then they're going to grow and sprout and die. And then I am actually going to take double precaution here, and I'm going to burn this bed and that bed and that bed, because that's where the majority of the actual weed seeds have come. Now that means I'm going to lose all the hard work I have put into these beds for reseeding the plants that I want, but we're going to change over the purposes of these beds. That way we can just do a better job out here. We're going to put this bed down for berry production. That's going to stay the same for perennial or self-sowing flowers, and that's fine. I want it to stay that way. But we have to come in here on the back side of it where those currants are. We've got that grass growing back in there, so we actually have to go back through, dig everything out this fall and fix it. So, you know, it seems like a lot of work. It is a fair amount of work up front, but the thing is that if I choose to do it the wrong way, we're gonna keep having to do this work over and over. But if I do it right this time, do it right now, then we're not gonna have to fix this issue again. That's the plan. And so you can follow this in your own beds. And we're also going to start weed burning the gravel paths however often we need to. It'll start in the spring, and then hopefully this will be able to be maintained a lot faster and stay prettier longer, and we won't end up with these giant issues that we're having right now. So yeah, that's kind of that. So hang out with me. Let's get this job done. See how far we can get. I'm going to go grab gloves because my hands are so cold. I made my first goal. The whole path is cleared all the way to the raspberries behind me. Tomorrow I will handle this bed right here. This is going to be the first side is not going to be too big of a deal. I mean, it looks awful. But then the next side is going to be a little more complicated because I've got so many herbs in there. I need to be careful that I don't pull them out. So there's that. And then, yeah, I'm kind of out of time. It is time to go fix breakfast for the kids. But this little section is done as well. And time to start school. I thought I'd mention this really quickly because I didn't know the answer. So I looked it up and it turns out that creosote, so this came, I'll show you the chimney. We have a lot going on here right now. We have people working on the fence, fixing the fence, finishing it. We have this guy here. Where can you see his trailer? There we go. Someone else here, he's been working to fix a problem that has been going on since 3 months after we bought this house. So 8 years. You guys have been a part of my channel for a long time and you know we have issues with this chimney. So right now, well, we've blocked the hole with a piece of cardboard. Basically what happens is that all of the creosote comes down, it comes to the bottom and it falls underneath. In this section, basically anything underneath this pipe, this gets filled with creosote. So we've cleaned out that. That's why there's a hole in the back of the chimney now. Clean that out. They're going to clean out the top of the chimney and make sure it's ready to go for fire season because, you guys, it was 34 degrees here, which means it's coming sooner than I know it. So we have had that going on. And then someone else is working on the toilet upstairs. My mom went to town to go buy me a new toilet because it turns out this is a problem that we have worked on for so many years trying to figure out. We just need a new toilet. It's broken. So at least I know that I did everything that I could do via YouTube and Google and there was no way I could fix it. So that actually makes me feel better. That's going on. The other thing's going on. And this brings me back to why I'm filming right now, which is creosote is actually a high source of nitrogen. So it's safe to put it on your gardens. You can put it in your compost. We have some big compost piles out back, so we're going to be loading this. We've already pulled 3 bucket loads out of here and we haven't even done the rest of the chimney yet. So that's kind of crazy. But what it does is it's a slow release nitrogen. So you can just put it on top. You can use it as a mulch. So just layer it on top of your garden if you want to. I'm going to mix mine in because I don't want to be having especially the dog walking on it and then bringing it into the house. So anyway, quick tip for the day. I didn't plan on filming this morning, but I'm gonna tack this onto the end of the video because I think what God's been telling me and asking me this morning, somebody else needs to hear. So I'm weeding this garden and I said, there you are. This garden has been buried since last year, completely useless. I couldn't even get in here. And I felt like God said the same thing to me. There you are. As I'm uncovering this morning, I realized that I'm not walking all in. I am waiting for what's around the corner so that I don't get too invested here. So that way, if I need to change something, I can change something. And that's not what I'm called to do. I'm called to be all in right now. It doesn't matter what's going to happen tomorrow because God's not going to let me do this and put all my work here for nothing. He's going to have it and have me in the next season, in the next thing, because it's His. He's orchestrating it. So, do you have some place in your life that's been buried? I mean, if you have some kind of crazy vision that's huge, people aren't going to get it. They're not going to understand it at first because it's placed within you. You're the one who sees it. You're the one who carries it. You're the one who has to uncover it and do the hard work. And maybe you already have done the hard work, and like me, you know, Satan realized, hey, I can't beat this one, so I'm just gonna smother it out with every possible nasty weed, pokey, thorny, thistle, until she's so buried by junk that she's ineffective. So today, uncover it. Unbury yourself. Stop listening to the voices who don't see the vision, and listen to the voices that do, that are calling you to who you are and reminding you to be who you are. That's what's happened for me this week. People who don't even necessarily know me very well or even know the vision, they know what they see, and God's been speaking to them and reminding me who I am. And I want to be that person for you today. Don't forget who you are. Don't let go of that vision. God's calling on your life has not changed. If it's a big vision and it's going to further the kingdom and his work, guess what? You're going to tick Satan off. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want you to be effective. Don't give up. Do the hard work. Let the weeds be pulled out around you. You might have to be the one pulling them, because as soon as it looks like this, people will see it. People will remember. You probably already laid the foundation. It's probably a beautiful herb garden just waiting to be discovered. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. I'm excited. I'm excited. Thanks for hanging out with me this week, you guys. Next week, we're going after that. We got this. Thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. I hope you're enjoying this content and that you are finding these videos on Back to Eden Garden and No Dig Gardening helpful. I'm so excited to see this done. It's been really hard watching my garden deteriorate and be taken over, and now I am in a place where I can take it back, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So thanks for being with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to learn and grow.